Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 68. Please subscribe. Today's lesson folds perfectly from yesterday, that love created me like itself. Today's lesson is Love Holds No Grievances, and this lesson, in fact, begins with the reminder of yesterday's lesson. You who were created by love like itself can hold no grievances and know yourself, true self, big S, self. Because love doesn't hold a grievance. Love has no judgments, resentments, or complaints. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death, because that's exactly what the ego does. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. It seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike him. It makes you believe that he is like what you think you have become, for no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. So to hold a grievance means that I need to see my creator, because a thought doesn't leave its source, and my creator is my source. So I must see my source as being wrathful, vengeful, and angry. So if my source is wrathful, vengeful, and angry, then I must be exactly like that. I have the characteristics of my creator. So then shut off from your true self, who we really are, which remains aware of its likenesses to its creator. It doesn't leave its source. It knows, our true self knows its creator. It knows that it was created by love itself. Yourself, your true self, seems to sleep, while the part of your mind that weaves illusions in its sleep appears to be awake. So here's the dichotomy between the real and the unreal. The real seems to be asleep, but it's always awake. But the part that is really always asleep appears to be awake, and in its wakefulness, even though it's illusory, it is making things up. And what appears to be awake, and can all this arise from holding grievances? Yes, all of that occurs, for he who holds grievances denies he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? If I see my creator, if I see God as wrathful and vengeful, ready to smote me, then of course I will be afraid of God. The Course in Miracles tells us that that is not real. That is not God. That is all part of the illusion of the ego, trying to convince us that we are not who we really are, or what we really are. Paragraph 3 in this lesson is totally brilliant. And I was going to read it anyway, but it's just perfect, and it explains today's lesson so very well. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image as it is certain that God created them like himself and defined them as part of him. Love created me like itself. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. Forgiveness is the key for everything here. And it is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who forgive will remember who they are. Through forgiveness, we remember. Through forgiveness, we know. It is only through forgiveness that we truly are able to find our way home. The Course tells us the way to God is through forgiveness here. There is no other way. Now, this lesson, 68, is very reminiscent of lesson 46, which was God is the love in which I forgive. But one of the other parts of lesson 46 that is mirrored in 68 is the way we practice of thinking of someone and to forgive. And we do that as well in today's lesson. But remember from lesson 46 that we were told, as we condemn only ourselves, do we forgive only ourselves? It's always an inside job here. So back to 68, it says, would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were true? All of this were so, that it is true that if we hold grievances, we will not remember who we are, but as we forgive, we will indeed remember who we are, what we are, that we are the sinless, guiltless, perfect children of God. Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. It seems it's a huge job, perhaps, to let all of my grievances go. But that, however, is simply a matter of motivation, and that's one of those zinger lines that are just, woven into this beautiful course. Today, we will try to find out how you would feel without them. How would we feel without any grievances? And if you succeed, even by ever so little, there will never be a problem in motivation again, ever again. So the extended practice is the 10 to 15 minutes that one time during the day, and then of course hourly, and as often as possible for this lesson today. So in the extended practice period, we begin by searching the mind again, as we do so many times, for those against whom you hold what you regard as a major grievance, someone who you really feel did you wrong. And some of these will be quite easy to find. Then think of a seemingly minor grievance that you hold against those that you like, or even those that you love. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. We can all say, I don't have anyone to forgive. I'm not holding any grievances. And that's very easy for us to make that blanket statement. But what this practice is going to show us, if we go down deep, if we really let go and go within, we can remember something that Aunt Susie did way back when that we haven't let go of. We can remember someone in the cafeteria that didn't save us a seat. We can remember the ones who didn't call back. We can easily go to those in traffic. Traffic is a great teacher of those who cut us off. And we don't even know who they are. But it doesn't matter. It's the idea that someone came in front of you uninvited and took your space as you saw it to be yours. And now there is a grievance, very way back in the mind, hardly remembering, but it's there. We get to wipe that proverbial slate clean by letting go of all of these incidents, every experience that ever has happened that caused us upset in the moment. And we may not remember them now. But if you do, and the hair on the back of your neck, as you think of Aunt Susie, goes up, then you haven't forgiven her yet. So now to determine to see all these people as friends and say to them all, thinking of each one in turn as you do, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself, because each of those that we haven't forgiven are all part of the sonship. They are all part of us, and we are part of them. There is no separation, there's that word, between any of us. So today, we forgive everyone. And today, as I've said in past videos, we will take no prisoners today. I will take no one a prisoner that I'm going to put them within a grief fence that holds them in and keeps love out, because the one that's really within that grief fence is me. So take no prisoners. Let everyone be seen in the light that they truly are. You are the light of the world, but so are they. So going back to the lesson, spend the rest of the practicing in looking at others. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. You're letting down that grief fence, and all you see is safety and love and light outside of it. And at the end of the practice period, tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. And the shorter practice periods, as often as possible, when anything happens, especially if anything happens, in that moment say, love holds no grievances, let me not betray myself. Love holds no grievances. I would wake to myself by laying all my grievances aside and awakening in Him, awakening in my Father, awakening in love, because that is truly who, what I am, you are, we are. That is what we will do today when we realize that love, perfect, perfect love, holds no grievances. That's all. I hope it helped. So please like, please share, please subscribe. Previous lessons are on YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch them. And have a glorious day. Smile, take no prisoners, be free, be filled with love, and breathe in love and exhale love. Namaste.